What's good, everyone? Having a quick little show. Won't be long. Yeah, I just wanted to discuss that whole controversy with Dave Chapelle and Netflix and all that jazz. The fucking shit was called The Closer. So, just to give you a little review of what was said during the comedy special, he touched on the corona shit, insulted some Asians, making fun of them getting beat up and shit, making fun of trans and bringing up what went down with the baby and shit. He been getting a lot of heat about them trans jokes and shit. In one of the sketches, he says that their pussies are like Impossible Burger or some shit. And you said you agreed with that lady who did the Harry Potter books and shit, and agreed with her about saying he was Team Turf, which means that you're not for trans women being part of biological women, what have you. And the way he talks about like the LGBT people, right? This is the thing, like the only thing about that, when he treats them like they're persecuting him because they were complaining about the jokes he would say, right? He acts like there aren't LGBT people within our race. Like he claims he only like talking about white people, and it's like, and I'm sure those LGBT people within our race get offended at shit. Because you got Black trans women who have the highest mortality rate. So everything ain't a fucking white thing. And it's like, you have to be mindful of the people you're talking about. Because it ain't just going on in the right race. We have LGBT people in our race. We have, shockingly, we care about women's issues. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with a whole lot of layers in the Black community. Ain't just Black shit. You know what I mean? It's layers to this shit. We have people in our community that have multiple shit they're dealing with, not just race. Like me, for instance, right? I'm a straight Black woman. I can't give up one identity for another. I'm both. I'm a Black woman. Not only do I gotta deal with racism, I gotta deal with sexism as well. And that's the same for LGBT people in our community. They have to deal with their race, their sexuality. And if you're a woman, you a lesbian, you gotta deal with those three oppressions as well. And I felt like Dave missed his mark. Now, if he wanted to have a discussion about how racist the white people and the LGBT people are, that could have been another topic of discussion. But it's like, anytime we have this discussion about shit, we forget like this goes on within our race. Like he even said he was jealous of the gay community, how they how far they came or whatever. And he made a statement saying, if I'm trying to find that comment. I'm trying to find, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find that actual comment he said. Hold on a second. Yeah, he said, this is what he said. I wanted to find the quote. He said, "We blacks, we look at the gay community and we go, look how well that movement is going. Look how well you are doing. And we've been trapped in this predicament for hundreds of years. How are you making that kind of progress? I can't help but feel like if slaves had baby oil and booty shorts, we might have been free 100 years sooner." Yo, that don't even make any sense. And see, this is why we need to learn our history. Cause then he made a joke about the civil rights movement, like using the Martin Luther King voice. Like but it's like, dude, there was black LGBT people part of the civil rights movement. Have you ever heard of Bayard Rustin? He orchestrated the March on Washington, and there has been LGBT people during slavery. There's this guy that was a drag queen back in the 1800s whose name was William Dorsey Swan. And I will type that in the chat room so y'all can look this shit up because I did research on this shit. So that's that's the only thing about this discussion. Like, we can't sit here and just treat everything like some white people shit. Like, like everything a white person experience, all this shit goes on within our community and other communities. There's Latino LGBT people, there's Asian LGBT people. We deal with shit. We deal with layers. Like we need to stop trying to separate ourselves from situations. We deal with mental problems. We deal with a whole lot of shit. That's not just a white thing. And it's like, and then he of course he made a joke about feminism and shit. And he said he looked up the definition of feminism and he realized he was a feminist. Well, yeah, if you believe in equality of the sexes, then yeah, you're considered a feminist. Randy says, "I wish people stop comparing my race with their sexuality and dating preference. It's not the same." But this is the thing though, Randy. What if you're black and LGBT? Where do these people fit in? Like, that's another thing. Like, have people not heard of intersection? Like, why do we separate one thing for another? It's just like, this shit I gotta deal with. I gotta deal with layers, man. I'm a black woman. Not only do I gotta deal with racism, I gotta deal with sexism, man. Like, you see all this shit going on with these people trying to pass laws, trying to restrict women for getting abortions and shit. That's the type of shit I gotta deal with as a woman. These lawmakers trying to control my fucking body. I gotta worry about shit like that as a woman. So it's one thing after another. And I think it's crazy to give up one identity for another because all that impacts you. Like a white woman, for instance. She can only be concerned about her womanhood. But if she's white, you don't have to worry about that shit. A white woman just, you know what? People that are oppressed can still oppress other people. a white woman can be racist, but also be discriminated against because they're a woman. And same thing goes for a black man. A black man can be discriminated against for being black, but have sexist views. And as far as a straight cisgender black people, we don't have to worry about being discriminated against when it comes to our sexuality or being trans and shit like that. We don't have to worry about stuff like that. Like, that's just things, just layers we gotta deal with. Now the thing is, there's no need to like compare sexuality and all this other layers. There's no need because we have Black LGBT people in our community. And then he made a statement, and then Dave Chapelle, he made a statement in his comedy special wondering why the baby didn't get canceled when he killed that 19-year-old. Hold on a second. Hey, Jimmy.
What up, Harley?
What's good?
Nothing much. It's good. What's going on?
Just talking about this Dave Chapelle comedy special controversy everyone's talking about.
Yeah, well, look. First of all, it's entertainment. It's not like he's an activist and he's going to be politically correct and right about the things we say, and we shouldn't expect such because it's entertainment. You know what I mean? It's to make you laugh. It's not to be perfectly accurate. And I think that the people are going crazy with this, even though it's the hot topic. People are giving it too much. Dave Chapelle is not for your civil rights. He's not trying to save your ass. When he's up on that stage to be funny.
Yeah, and it's just like nowadays, because we are more like we're learning about other people, like for instance, right? Certain jokes we look back and we like, man, these jokes would never go down in 2021.
Yeah.
Like now, we have to nowadays we have to be mindful of the jokes we tell because it may offend, certain people.
Mm-hmm. I got you. But I mean,
like even Eddie Murphy, he even said he regretted, telling certain jokes or whatever back in the days. But I mean, it was a product of that time. But I mean, nowadays you gotta be mindful of this type of shit you joke about.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, we gotta look at. The only reason George Lopez got put in the mess he was in was because he was dealing with the Kids Network. The white comedians do all the same shit. We just don't hear about it, and they don't have the popularity and the clout that black comedians get. Let's face it. You think of other races of comedian, ain't none of them nowhere near a Dave Chappelle level.
And the thing is, even during his controversy, I mean, it's not hurting his pocket. So Dave Chappelle don't have a reason to trip about it, dude. People are just giving their opinion or whatever, but it's not hurting your pockets. Netflix is still giving you millions. Even the CEO of Netflix is defending you. It's not hurting you.
My problem with Dave Chappelle is this: like a lot of black entertainers, y'all make millions and millions of dollars. Some of them got close to billions. Why are you still working for anybody? Dave Chappelle could set up a website and sponsors right now, and he could go off the grid and do his own thing and get paid more money than Netflix is paying. So why is he even having a boss to answer to?
I mean, I don't know.
What up, Freddie?
Jimmy said something a while back, and it actually applies to the media. Jimmy said, he knows the sector is bullshit because there are few people that could say anything they want to say, and they will still have followers. So it applies to the media as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some people say some wild shit, right? And sure, they became the president, right? They became senators and governors.
Right.
While some low level people, they could say the same exact shit, and man, they'll be cast away into some deep abyss, never ever to be heard from again. And Harley, that's just the way the world works. Don't try to figure it out.
Yeah, and tying real civil rights and all that. First of all, Dave Chappelle is just running his mouth entertaining us. He is not actually fucking with their rights, and I don't give a shit about him. Not that I hate gay people, but shit, Harley, you got less rights than them.
Yep.
As a black woman, you can have your head cracked open by the cops, and all they're gonna do is pay your family and pay a few dollars, and the cops is gonna get away scot clean. So that's why I was telling you before. You worrying about feminism and all that. Man, that ain't got shit. You're black first before you anything. If you're gay, you was black first. But tying this to civil rights and all that, it's an entertainment show for our entertainment. It's nigger shit. He's not gonna be politically correct. He's not an activist. He's a comedian. That's where we lose sight.
And the thing is, and this is just in comedy in general, like let me tell you something when it comes to comedy, as a comedian, they're gonna say all types of fucked up jokes, man. People, they make jokes about a lot of fucked up things. We even make fun of ourselves, shit we deal with. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, every painful shit, we turn that into a joke. That's how comedians are.
Well, I feel like this. If the gay community don't watch Dave Chappelle, this is how Dave Chappelle. You think Dave Chappelle don't know this was going to be controversial? Man, his checks are blowing up. The next time he has to go back and make a deal with Netflix, the money is going to be even more ridiculous. He know what he's doing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and I wasn't trying to be argumentative, but listen, when you start talking about all that other shit, it don't mix. This is just an entertainment show that offended some people. Who gives a fuck? I get offended when I see niggas getting beat up by the police, drag out their car. Ain't nobody breaking their neck federally to deal with that.
Right. It's crazy.
People got to quit doing it. Every time we get this, listen, and Freddie, you know this because it's the lawyer thing. And this is something else Harley got to remember. If somebody talks about black rights, you don't need to bring up gay rights. That's why you have lawyers. You have lawyers that specialize in certain areas. It's called the jack of all trades, the master of none. If I sit up here and get into fucking 20 different things, I ain't never going to get nowhere. If I sit up here and try to fight for gay rights, for feminism, for this, I'm never going to get anywhere. I got to pick the area that's most relevant to me, and I got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all, you can't get it. That's why if you look at the civil rights committees and stuff, they have certain people that handle certain areas.
But let's be real. Though, man. Intersection is a thing. It's just like, you know, as a straight person, right? I don't ever have to worry about no one harassing me for my sexual orientation. I don't gotta deal with shit that some of these gay people gotta deal with, and these trans people. I don't gotta worry about certain. It's just certain shit I don't have to deal with. Like,
yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
I understand. I get if they feel some type of way because they're on the receiving end. It's just like with us, right? If somebody say some fucked up shit or say the N-word or joke about some police killings, we gonna say something about it. So I understand if you know what I'm saying. Anytime you in the receiving end, you gonna have something to say if somebody you feel like you're being under attack.
Well, like I said, but there's certain groups of people. They have people going to bat for them, like Jews. Jews have a league. You know what I'm talking about, Fred? That league they got where you fuck with them, they'll fly in a panel of lawyers and they will beat down your motherfucking throat. They will beat down your motherfucking throat.
I think what Jimmy trying to say, Harley, is who gives a fuck what Dave Chappelle says?
Exactly, it's entertainment. And it's real.
I'm just talking about because everybody talking about it.
What harm can Chapelle do to them? All right, Jimmy.
Yeah. And I ain't got no problem with Harley. I respect her opinion. Only thing I was just saying to you, Harley, was just like bringing up all these real topics to this bullshit. Dave Chappelle on some dumb shit. He the last mo. If I was looking for some real shit, Dave Chappelle wouldn't be on that list. You know. Dave Chappelle's on some nigga shit.
But it's not hurting his career. I mean, he's getting paid millions. It's not hurting him. It's just, I mean, he's just getting controversy. That's all.
And I love it. And I love it. Just like we do in this sector. This Jerry Springer controversial shit is what.
Yeah, this is pretty much like it, but in real time.
If comedians kept it clean, it'd be boring.
Hey, yo, Harley, remember we were talking about the missing black people that no one talks about? There was a missing black archaeologist, like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, the media doesn't showcase
missing like a motherfucker.
Black people,
but they only care about the white people that were missing, right?
Yeah, it just shows like they don't see us as valuable.
Yeah, but we must care about fags and cross dressers and fucking transsexuals. Man, fuck all that Mickey Mouse shit.
And that's their business. They have people sitting there on a panel that handle their shit. They got political power now. They have people that work for them. So that's just what it is.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, there was a gay porn star that said, they asked him why he didn't go march for gay rights and marriage. And he said, because it was a political decision. And they said, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, listen, name is Bobby Blake. He said, white gays don't, y'all think because we gay, we all unified? He said, hell no. He said, how do I look going up and fighting for gay rights and marriage when there were still black gay people that couldn't go in certain black gay clubs? He said, if you don't think there's division amongst gays, he said,
yeah, there's division. Listen, just like there's division in the black race, there's division. Like there's division. I know there's division in LGBT. Like there was division. This is what some people may not know. The trans had a hand in the whole Stonewall rebellion, but when gays and lesbians, they wanted to be mainstream, they kind of pushed them aside, and there was some division in that group.
Yeah.
So it's division that, like, just like, in the feminism, there's division because these white women that are feminists, some of them have racist views. They don't care what other women go through. So yeah, of course there's division.
So just remember, Dave Chappelle's not catching hell because of what he said, not even because he's black. The other comedians just don't have that popular spark. Think about it. When you think about it, no other race of comedians is nowhere near on his level. And like I said, the one dude, Lopez, if he hadn't been doing the Nickelodeon, the little show, was it Disney or Nickelodeon, you would, that had to be bought for because it was a kids network he was tied to.
Right.
Actually, I think it's because he is a minority.
What's up, Harley? What's up, Freddie?
Yeah, what's up?
What up, Ralph? I think it's
actually
because he's a minority.
I just wanted to come in and say that I did comedy stand-up over hundreds of times, right, on stage in front of live crowds. And I think people were missing what Dave Chappelle did. Dave Chappelle is actually trying to save the craft. Because with the cancel culture, comedy is going to be extinct in about 2 or 3 years from now. Because people cannot say what they want to say. See, Dave Chappelle, he actually got his money up. He's good. He got fuck you money. So what he did with that stand-up comedy, the last one that he did, the closer, is that he tried to save the craft. Because for future comedians, it's going to be very hard for you to get up there and be funny, and you can't say what everybody else is scared to say. That's what a comedian is. You understand what I'm saying? In order for a comedian to be funny, you have to get on stage and say what everybody else is thinking, but don't want to say. And once you take that away, you take the craft away. So Dave Chappelle is actually trying to save comedy, man. And that's what he did. And in my opinion, I think that's what he was trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like nowadays people are politically correct, and it's like there's certain jokes you can't even tell because it might offend certain people.
Yeah. It's like anything. If you limit somebody like a comedian,
it's from In Living Color, right? And I'm like, yo, these jokes will never fly nowadays.
Yeah,
it would be seen as offensive.
Yeah, but it do suck. You got to box somebody's talent in.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I'm telling you, it's all about color. It's all about color.
No, not necessarily, because
No, I
I
think it's
seen
the
white
popularity.
comedians
I
get
think it's the
shit.
level.
That's not necessarily true, because I seen white comedians get shit for shit they
I think
said.
it's just the level he's at. Because think about it, millions and millions of people watch him worldwide versus some of these other comedians. They don't have it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not even like a race thing, like with this comedy shit, because it's because I think it's hitting all comedians really.
Someone else brought it. I forgot who brought this up. I wonder if it was Jimmy. He was talking about Eddie Murphy and Will Smith, that type of comedy, and how it appeals to white people, and how they know exactly what they're doing. So it all has to do with
It wasn't me.
So someone brought that shit up. But yeah, it all has to do with the crowd they're trying to please, I guess. Let's look at the Boondocks, right?
Mhm.
That is some racist ass fucking shit.
Yes, you know what?
Right.
That's a good example.
But it won't get more.
Well, you know, it was created by a black guy though. I mean, it started off as a comic book and they turned it into a show.
But
Yeah,
still, why isn't it catching hell?
because
it ain't the LGBT.
although it's racist as fuck, right? It's so twisted that the white side loves it, and I guess the black side has to go with the flow. That's how fucked up it is. Comedy is so fucked up, man. But yeah,
I think people tend to care about shit when it impacts them. Like for instance, of course, see, white LGBT people, they have to deal with discrimination based off their sexuality. So it's impacting them. So of course, certain things that impacts them is going to hold weight.
damn. Yeah, but yeah, I guess. But what do you think about that, Jimmy? Like how that show never ever got canceled, and all they do is just talk about niggers all fucking day. A minority group, what, 12% of the USA? Shit. But once someone else does something, talk about gays or fags, they're fucked.
Yeah, well, because we know what that is. They're racist, and they're not on the receiving end. That's why. And white LGBT people, they're not above being racist. It's just like, you know, just like a white woman is not above being a racist, even though she's a woman. She has to deal with discrimination as a woman, but she can still be a racist piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it all boils down to who you're talking about. I bet I could just create a YouTube show right now, and just talk shit about blacks. Man, I probably might have the most views. Shit, and I might get some type of endorsement. Can't do that shit when it comes to whites, though. Can't talk about whites, homosexuals, those queers. And that's just the world we live in, Holly.
I don't have nothing against gay people. I have gay people I know gay people. I don't have no issue with them.
Yeah, me either, but I'm just saying. If you're wondering why he's going through that, that's why.
Well, it's just we're just living in a world, where can't joke about certain shit.
Yeah.
Comedy has always been offensive. Let's be real. Like they say a lot of fucked up jokes. That's just how it is.
And it's crazy how we gotta take a joke, right? We must we gotta toughen up. Slavery was a long time ago. We gotta take a joke, but no one else can.
Shit. Like I've seen 9/11 jokes. I've seen comedians make jokes about 9/11.
You know what,
in the Holocaust, you can't even make fun of that shit. Yeah. But blacks, we gotta take a joke.
What get me about people is, you're right, we gotta take it. Why not? Like this shit with Dave Chappelle. If you're gay, you know Dave Chappelle, the bulk of his shit, he attacks the LGBT community. Don't watch the motherfucker, and you don't even know what the fuck he said.
Yep.
That's what gets about America. It's like a good example. This YouTube shit, right? If you call a legal authority right now and say somebody's making videos that you feel are offensive, they're gonna say, "Do they have a flag?" They're gonna say, "Well, flag it," or just don't watch. And that's the law, the legal law authorities. But yet, you telling me that this shit that he's doing, we got to take him off Netflix and all this old bullshit.
I mean, it's not going to happen because he already got controversy. He's making Netflix too much money.
Yeah. But I don't understand why the man ain't his own boss, and then he could tell everybody to really kiss his ass. I mean, yeah, the sponsors might want to pull out, but still.
Like, Jimmy, whatever happened? Remember that one year he just left the country and turned down the Comedy Central deal. What happened that year? He just come back.
This is what he said. He realized like they were because he was telling all these racial jokes, and he realized like they wasn't laughing with him, they were laughing at him, and he was just like, he basically like had a kumbaya moment. So he went to Africa and all that.
Plus, they won't even do it. They won't even get more ridiculous with the shit. He didn't want to do a lot of shit. Like you said, that's what people don't. That's what I'm saying. That's what people don't realize neither. That's why it's good to be your own boss, because if you start working for a network, they might let you ride the first year. Then they start telling, well, give us more of this, give us more of that. Next thing you know,
streaming shit seems different though.
Yeah.
So
what should be more lax.
So what happened? He came back and started doing the same shit.
Well, just like basically, aiming at the LGBT people, the butt of jokes.
Just jokes. Fuck it.
Okay.
If I know I'm gay, I'm not gonna watch it. Here's what's crazy. He's catching more hell about this show, but he was down there in the gay capital the show before that. And he catching more hell with this one than he did. Remember, he was in Atlanta, Georgia, talking shit to the gays. About the gays. And he's catching more hell now.
Yeah. And then he had a friend that was trans woman. She was a comedian. She offed herself. He thinks it was because she kind of like defended him during that last comedy special. He was catching hell, and people and the trans people are like telling her off and shit. He thinks they drove her to suicide, but no offense, she probably had other shit going on with her. So like, you don't know why she offed herself.
There's usually a bunch of other shit you got going on.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: you guys see like Key and Peele as like another two early Dave Chapelle that will just turn eventually?
No.
I heard of that show. I watched it.
You don't think they're sellouts either?
I've never seen the show. I have to see it.
Never seen it?
I don't see them. I mean, they're funny. I don't see them as sellouts.
Well, to me, they're doing the same shit Dave Chapelle used to do.
Minus the N-word.
Yeah, minus the N-word.
Yeah. That show don't even come on anymore. That's funny you mentioned it because Dave Chappelle thinks they stole his format. Yeah. It's like, dude, people listen. Sketch comedy's been around for a while. Listen, you forgot about Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor has own.
I was gonna say the Richard Pryor show was the beginning of all these comedy shows on TV. And Robin Williams and John Witherspoon, that's how they all got their start. You're right. The Richard Pryor show that goes all the way back to that in the 70s.
Yeah, so no, Key and Peele did not bite off of Dave Chappelle format. That's been done before.
Yeah, to me, it's the same exact show. The same exact shit. They're just doing skits. Racial Sambo Coon skits. So racist ass shit.
No, a lot of shit gets the pass.
I'm gonna let y'all, man. I'm about to go. I just wanted to show Harley I'm still riding with her, supporting her, even when she do her real talk. So I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right. Then he brought up. Then the end of the comedy shit, he was like, don't punch my people down, all this shit. And then he caped for Kevin Hart. That's another thing. Like, it's to me, it's just rich people's problems. It's like, okay, boo-hoo, Kevin Hart couldn't host the fucking Oscars, okay, and he's still getting movie gigs and everything else. Like, that didn't hurt his career. Like, that's just rich people's problems to me.
Oh yeah, that's another comedian that's not funny.
Oh hell no, that dude ain't funny. I can't. Kevin Hart's never been funny to me.
Yeah,
That dude got lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I never just watched a Kevin Hart stand up and was like, oh my gosh, this shit was funny. No.
He's just one of those people, right place, right time.
Yeah.
He just came on the scene at the right time in those Friday movies. And then before that, he was in what, Dead Presidents?
No, oh my gosh, you're talking about Chris Tucker, right?
I thought Kevin Hart was in all.
No, oh my gosh, you're getting him mixed up with Chris Tucker because Chris Tucker was in Friday and Dead Presidents.
No, Kevin Hart was in
he was in Soul Plane.
So I thought Swanee was in Friday too. But yeah, he was in Soul Plane.
Oh my, now Friday 2, that was Mike, what the fuck his name is?
Mike Epps.
Yeah, Mike Epps.
Yeah, I mixed him up with that other comedian.
I think you're talking about Cat Williams. He was in Friday 3.
Yeah. That's what I mixed him up.
Now
with.
he's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, Kevin Hart isn't funny, man. That motherfucker. I don't know how he became famous.
Yeah, he got lucky. I never watched Kevin Hart's shit and was just busting out laughing. No.
But yeah, to be honest, the last time I really watched black comedy was when I was younger. Remember, I think it was called Comic View on BET.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that, and I used to watch Def Comedy Jam. That's
with the older comedians. Yeah. Where are they now? I don't really see them around. That's when Lawrence used to do stand up.
I don't know.
Mike Epps used to do stand up in those days.
Oh, Mike Epps, yeah, he acts or whatever. He's in movies and shit like that.
I forgot that motherfucker's name. But yeah. That was the last time I really watched All Blacks do.
Yeah, a lot of black comedians got their start on Def Comedy Jam and Comic View and all that.
Yeah, Paper Soldiers was the one I was thinking about, where I think they came back from the war, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that white comedian Gary Owen got his start in Comic View.
Yep. Remember that guy? I think it's DJ Ray, that light-skinned motherfucker.
Shit. I'll have to look that person up. Who you can say your favorite comedians?
I want to go with Chris Tucker.
Okay, you like Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
It's so many comedians. I mean, so many comedians I like. I like Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy in his prime. It's a couple. Bernie Mac, yeah. Bernie Mac was a legend.
Yeah, I was talking about D-Ray. D-Ray is actually funny. I don't know where he is now, but he's actually, you know who D-Ray is, right? That
D-Ray Davis. He's on that show Snowfall now. Okay. And he does shit on Wild and Out, that Nick Cannon sketch comedy.
That's what I last saw him. Yeah, Wild and Out. Yeah, that's what I last saw him. But he's actually funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do comedy, you gotta have the personality. It's not just the jokes. And that's why I like Chris Tucker.
Man, the Friday movies wasn't the same when he wasn't in the other two. I think the money wasn't right, and he chose not to do the second movie.
But what's his name? He held it down though. He wasn't that bad.
Mike
Epps,
Epps.
yeah, Epps
Yeah,
wasn't that.
he had funny moments.
Yeah, Epps wasn't that bad. And then who was in the last one Friday after next? Or no, that was
Cat
bad.
Williams was in the third one.
No, Tracy. I'm talking about Tracy Morgan. That was bad. The last one, Tracy Morgan, right?
Mm.
Friday after next.
Are you talking about that movie called First Sunday?
First Sunday, yeah, first Sunday. That
That was a
was
part. Yeah, that was just a different movie.
damn. He can't act. You can't act for shit. No, that's horrible.
But yeah, man, it's just nowadays you can easily offend people. Being a comedian in 2021.
But answer me this though: how come Mooney didn't offend people? Like he was saying some straight up wild shit, but it didn't really. I guess because of his age.
Wait, who is that now?
Mooney.
Moody. Oh, okay.
Paul.
Yeah, it's just.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, are you saying Paul Mooney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude said some wild shit.
Yeah, but how come he didn't offend anyone?
I mean, shit. He said some shit about white folks.
Yeah, but how come he never got canceled?
Well, I mean, no offense. I mean, I don't even think he like made it mainstream like that. He was just one of them. Not all comedians were gonna get mainstream success. So people didn't care.
Black Caesar, you forgot to put Patrice in there. Patrice was funny. I think Patrice was funny.
Yeah, he was funny. Black
What
Caesar brings
what's
Mons Mabley, Red Fox. Yeah, Red Fox was funny.
What's that other big guy's name? Lavelle? What's his name? Lavelle, the huge guy, Lavelle.
I'm trying to think.
I forgot his name, but he was huge.
Lavelle, are you talking about Lavelle Crawford or?
That was probably his name. With the ponytail, the black guy with the ponytail, like really big, probably weighed like 400 pounds. But he was funny.
Right. Do you know a comedian named I'm trying to think, what's the fuck that person's name? I'm trying to think of this comedian's name. Yeah, Lavelle Crawford.
Yeah, Lavelle Crawford. Yeah. I think I'm gonna watch Comic View tonight. I'm gonna go to YouTube and watch some Comic View. I used to be some funny shit.
Yeah, on BT Plus, its streaming site, they have Comic View episodes too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce. Is he still around?
Who is still around?
Bruce, the big guy.
I haven't seen him in a minute. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah. That weight problem.
Yeah. Man, some of these comedians are like, well, they have some dark shit going on with them. Like, if you notice, like, some of them are like addicts and shit going on in their personal life, and they like try to make us all laugh. Like, even Robin Williams, like, he was funny, and then you see what happened to him. He offed himself.
What about your boy? I didn't know he was an addict. What's his name? Recently passed. You had him on your channel, I think. Black dude.
Oh, are you talking about yeah, that guy who played Ezel in Friday? Are you talking about that?
Nah. The one with the scar on his face. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Fuck.
scar on his face, or he always does karate in movies.
Oh, are you talking about? Are you talking about that dude from The Wire or something?
Yeah, him. I didn't know he was an addict. That's crazy.
He's not. He's not a comedian though.
I know. But I'm just saying, like you never know how dark their past are.
Yeah, man. People just got shit going on that you don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a drug problem.
Crazy shit.
But yeah, it's sad. Then we lost DMX this year. He OD'd, which we already know he had drug issues.
Oh, you know which one I never ever expected? That dude that played Jet Jackson.
What? Who's that?
The dude that played Jet Jackson.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. I used to watch that show. Yeah, I was sad what happened to him. Off himself.
You seen that police show?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that.
Out of the blue.
Sad.
So crazy shit, man.
A lot of these people just be going through shit. He had I think he was bipolar.
Yeah, that's what they said. It's just bipolar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shows you, man, you don't know what people going through.
SPC, that's not a conspiracy. People say that's a conspiracy. Black people get old. We don't really. I think our life expectancy is like in the 70s now. I think they lowered it from 85 to like 75. So of course they're dying out. Of course they're dying out, obviously.
Yeah, that's part of life.
Yeah, of course the cast of Friday is dying out. Will it live forever?
Yeah, we lost Debo. I mean, I don't even think it's possible to do another Friday movie. Like the whole cast is pretty much deceased. They waited too long to do another Friday movie. But yeah. Randy says he's going to be one of the greatest comics ever someday. You still doing that comedy thing, huh, Randy? Yeah, 95, I was in elementary school. In 95. The 90s were a cool decade. From the music, the movies, TV shows, pop culture shit. Yeah. So
I'm about to hop off, but I was telling you,
okay.
it's about the topic. Just remember, blacks have no rights. We have to forget slavery. That's all. That's for sure. They tell us that immediately. We have to get over it. We can't cry. We cannot complain. But when it comes to other shit and other people's problems, we have to be sensitive, and we have to be caring. Why? Who the fuck knows? That's just how the world works.
Oh, when you're black and LGBT, you worry about both. When you're both things.
Yeah. So that's some crazy shit. You live in a place where you could just be gunned down every day, and like nothing. Like how many times have you heard like a white cop just shut up an unarmed black person? And this happens over and over and over again until you just become numb to it. Like I could hear that shit in the news right now and go to bed like nothing ever happened. That's how numb you become to that shit.
Hell, I'm fucking numb when you see all these gun violence, like people shooting up a fucking grocery store or a school. Like I'm so numb to it because they're not gonna do shit with the gun violence.
They didn't do shit. But what
Like they didn't
matters?
even do shit. Like I thought after Sandy Hook they were gonna do shit, and they didn't.
I'll tell you what.
Their answer was more guns, more guns. Teachers need to be armed. I was like, okay.
I'll tell you what really matters here. If a white person gets kidnapped, preferably like a petite, I would say a white woman like in her 20s, like a petite white woman, like blonde. Man, you're gonna see white people come out. Let's come out of the woods. I'm talking about FBI, DEA, CIA. They're gonna come out. That's fucked up.
Yeah. When a black person goes missing, you won't
Yeah.
see that
Oh,
shit in the mainstream media.
well, do this like every I say like once every few days I will get that shit in my mailbox. Like those are coupons and shit that those fuckers send you from Kroger's, right? There's
And
always black kids missing. Like always, there's always like black kids missing in those coupons and those newspapers. And it got me thinking like how many black kids are there missing that no one gives a fuck about?
yeah, some sad
Yeah,
shit. It's fucked
some black
up.
shit. But they sure do find the white ones though. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, hold it down, Holly.
All right. Peace. Randy says I met. Okay, you met Debo when I was in first grade in 1989 when he came to my school in 92 Street School in Watts. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I mean the whole cast of Friday passed away. At least the important characters. So I don't see them even coming out with another Friday movie. If they was gonna do a Friday movie, they should have did that where everyone else was still living. So it's pretty much too late to do another Friday movie. We lost a couple of people this year. I know some people who died from COVID. Relative neighbors and shit like that. I don't know how next year is going to be. Speaking of Corona, now if you got the Johnsons and Johnsons, you have to get the booster after 2 months of that first dosage. So yeah, I guess we will be getting the booster shots. This is going to be, honestly, the whole Corona shit is going to be like the flu, where you have to get the Corona shot every year. I think that's what's going to be from now on. I think this Corona shit's here to stay. The only reason Chris Tucker didn't do the second movie, because I think it was just money issues. He wanted to get paid a certain amount, and they couldn't deliver, so he didn't do the second Friday movie. That's why you think, really, they've been trying to do another Friday movie, but it's always been because Chris Tucker wasn't content with the amount he was going to get paid. So, yeah, that was why. Anyways, I'm about to get off of here. Y'all have a good day. Peace.